Good morning, folks. I'm Dan. A little video this morning about your AR-15s, especially, although it applies to any rifle, but this is specifically for the AR-15. Is your barrel length legal? You have to have a 16-inch barrel length for it to meet federal guidelines. And if you don't, you are opening yourself up to federal scrutiny. And they are scrutinizing people right now, and it's pretty ugly. So what's happened is a lot of times people are buying shorter barrels, and the original reason for shorter barrels was when they first came out with these little 14-inch barrels, 12.5-inch barrels, that type of thing. The main reason for it was economy, because they could take a factory, well, not a factory, but they could take a barrel blank and cut it in half and actually get two AR-15 barrels out of it rather than just one. So basically materials costs were cut in half by doing that. But it also gave you a short barrel. So the solution to that was they were putting extended flash hiders on them. So on a 12-inch barrel they were putting the 6-inch flash hiders on them, or a 10-inch barrel, to make that 16-inch legal length. And guys are still doing shorter barrels. I believe this is, I've got two of them here, I believe these are 14-inch barrels. Now, we put a flash hider on it so it meets 16-inch minimum regulations, but just to install it or even to Loctite in place is still not meeting their specifications. The regulations say that that flash hider has to be permanently affixed. So what I do is, once the flash hider is indexed and torqued properly, I set it up in the mill and I will drill that down through the flash hider and into the barrel. Then we insert a pin down in there to lock it in place, and then we TIG weld that in place over the top. And I leave that TIG weld showing on the bottom of the barrel. That way there's no question that that flash hider is permanently fixed, and that meets federal regulations. So you're okay there. So when you take your gun into a smith to have that permanently fixed and they tell you that they've Loctited it on, they haven't done it right. It's still an illegal weapon. The other things you want to make sure when you do that is you want to have all your attachments on. You want to make sure which gas block you've got on there, and you've got the gas block on that you want, because you're not changing it later. You can put a two-piece gas block on there, but you still have no way of getting the old one off of there. So make sure you've got your gas block chosen and installed. If it's a slip-on, if it's a factory pin-on. This one's a factory front sight gas block. But make sure you've got what you want on there, and make sure it's on there when you take it into your smith to have it welded on, or however they're permanently affixing it. There we go. Alright, now I've already dropped my pin in place, and then we just pin it down in. I've also Loctited underneath it, then I pin it. Then we'll just go back to the welder, and we'll just spot that right in there. Okay, I've got these TIG welded in place. I leave a little nubbin on top of them and to show that it's been welded. I take off the sharp edges so it's not sharp and nobody's going to cut themselves on it or hang it on anything. But I also want it to show that there's a weld been put on there, so that shows that they're permanently affixed. That's the way you stay in compliance. There we go. And that one's done, other than to put the handguard back on. If you find these videos helpful, why, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you like them. If you hit the bell notification, why, you'll be notified every time I put out a new video. And any comments or concerns, questions, or complaints you've got, leave them in the comment section below so I can answer them for you. And thanks for taking the time to watch.